Peace. Dolla50, 26goldshields.com. Peace. The current time is 2:07 p.m. Still daylight, you know what I mean? Yo, listen. I'm creating a consistency. I'm maintaining consistency. You know, it's approaching 3 o'clock. So I'm going to get my information to 3 o'clock and resurrect the inconsistencies where, you know, people go on trial. You know, you got change of venue situations transferring, and, you know, it's other situations that's occurring. But, you know, where there's an inconsistency in mishandling the court case, or, you know, cross-examining, you know, wrong witnesses at the wrong time, you know, things that count in criminal cases or criminal proceedings, you know, that really matter. They matter now because any inconsistency now has to be accounted for. The case can be thrown out. You know, it could be a change of venue and the results be other than what they planned. 26goldshields.com. Now today I started a United States Fire and Rescue Squad where the demand was present. The demand was present where, you know, they have international law challenging the United States where they could detain people wrongfully and cause war and confusion and then demand that nobody interfere with their wrongdoings. So what I'm going to do is, along with creating the United States Fire and Rescue, I'm going to create a precision that's going to demand the consistency and the inconsistency to be accounted for. If they're going to cause a war in Russia and Ukraine, they're going to have to account for that war. They're going to have to start being accountable for their actions where, you know, nobody has any reason to intervene with a war that's not substantiated. You know, nobody has a reason to go to war with people for no reason and then trump up some type of argument that doesn't exist. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to number these documents where I created the United States Fire and Rescue. I'm going to number them from 1 to 26. This is document 1. The first document. United States Fire and Rescue. The first document. Now I'm going to number the second document. What I'm doing is I'm connecting the following pages with the first page by putting all of the pages in the same place with the numerical process that I'm applying, creating a consistency, an impossible place for corruption to exist. It has to be order. So I'm creating order. You know, I'm using the fire department to create order. Because if I use this process to number this information from 1 to 26, the only thing is there is 1 to 26. There's no in-betweens. It's the alphabet. Ultimately, the alphabet is going to be applied to the numerical locations because that's what I'm dependent on. I'm dependent on the alphabet and the number sequence to create a zero place or zero tolerance for anything else. It's no room for anything else. Now this is the 14th. I'm going to put, since I'm numbering the situation, I'm going to put 5 before I put E. But E was 5 he was with 5, the number 5, and the other information. Well, the information's still present. It's just not. I removed that information and transferred this information where the man was present. You know, they're having court hearings and things like that, changing, and I'm not quite in the same place as I was initially. So I'm going to put 5 there, and it not represent 5 o'clock, but it represent being in the same place as number 5 here. But that's a calendar. This is just a sequence. This is 1 through 26. So that calendar is going to be linked into this 1 through 26. You can see where I'm going with this. It's impossible for corruption to exist. That's what I was saying. Anybody committing wrong in the middle of a wartime extreme, they're going to have to be accountable for their wrongdoings, because I'm creating impossible places for wrong to exist as these extremes present themselves. You can follow what I'm saying and doing, and the information is too consistent to implement some corrupt process of going to court based on you having your own country and it not being substantiated by the wrongful attack on another country, and then the detainment of a citizen of the United States in an attempt to, cause some type of leverage situation for yourself and your country. You just can't do that. Now, when I'm creating this balance, you can see a fire department is not doing all that. A fire department is putting out the fire. A fire department is saying, hey, you grabbed us over there for no reason, along with what you done, and you got to put that fire out because you don't have no reason to be burning no fire in the middle of the summer heat. What you burning that fire for? What's your reasons? Have a hearing for that. Don't have a hearing because you grabbed the United States because of what you're doing. Have a hearing for what you're doing based on what you're doing. You're going to blow up somebody's country and then grab the United States and have a hearing. That's not fair for the United States. The United States don't have nothing to do with it ultimately. But once you grab the United States, it's documented that you grabbed the United States. The United States didn't grab you. So why you grabbing the United States like that? You committing a crime. I'm not going to say you committing a crime because you have to go to the court to be found guilty of a crime. I'm not going to say it's just some suspicious behavior coming out of, different countries where they're attacking different countries with the power to do so, right when the vaccine distribution is matching the supply meets demand, right where new vaccines were being implemented into the supply and demand process throughout the world. It was some type of communication being established, right when there was some type of communication being established. Now, it's communication. But it's a process being implemented that I'm implementing, attempting to get it implemented to Amazon, where I'm going through a challenging amount of resistance, having this process implemented into Amazon. Now I'm going to refresh you on the process being in Amazon. Paxlovid, the pill Paxlovid, introduced to Amazon, where I, Dolla50, suggested that the pill be at Amazon so that with early detection, you can detect COVID-19. And if you found to have COVID-19 with early detection, you're not treating full-blown COVID-19. You're treating early detected COVID-19, which is more treatable than pneumonia and all the other combinations of COVID-19 being full-blown. When you have that situation when you have that situation, you have a situation where once you don't approve funding for a process that's as complimenting as Paxlovid 911 has been, people die. When people die, the accountability it doesn't change. You have to still be accountable for the people dying. If it's 1,046,000 deaths, somebody has to be accountable for those deaths. Those deaths don't just disappear. So when I implemented my process, they never responded. They didn't respond at all. As opposed to not. They never responded at all. They never said, what the difference was. They never did anything. They just heard my idea where you take the Paxlovid pill with early detection, and 5 days later, COVID-19 is gone. You have to take into account COVID-19 is not as impossible when it's detected early. When it's detected early, it's not even a cold. You don't have no symptoms. Nothing's wrong with you, actually. You just know you have COVID-19 because you test positive. That's the only difference. And when you treat it early, it goes away in 5 days of taking Paxlovid pill. It goes away. So when it goes away, you have to still